So I had a viewer ask me a question. Bob, how come you're not in a motorcycle club? Stay tuned, I'll tell you why. And welcome back to Bob's Garage, everyone. I appreciate you stopping by. This is our weekly Harley-Davidson related content from the Charlotte, North Carolina region. And thanks for coming by. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. We're less than 100 away, so I appreciate that. This week's topic is I got a question from a subscriber. He asked to remain anonymous, so I'm not going to mention his name. He's a cool guy. He watches every week. And he said, geez, how come you're not in a motorcycle club? You seem like you're interested in a motorcycle club and you've talked about it before. How come you haven't joined one? And that's a really good question. And I have covered this a few times, but not really specifics as to why I'm not in one. And so I just want to take a couple of minutes and talk to you guys about why I've chosen not to. Number one, being in a motorcycle club is a huge commitment. Time commitment, with a wife and a son and a job. I can't give up time to those items. I really, spending time with my son and my wife are the most important thing. So if you can't commit fully to a motorcycle club, then don't bother. It does take a lot of time, and you really need to be dedicated to it and committed to it. So commitment's a big word. It's a big thing in the motorcycle club world. So the commitment and the time is a bit much for me. Number two, this might bug some people, but I ride my motorcycle. I get on my Harley because I want that sense of freedom and just clear my head, just go and enjoy the freedom of the road. There's not a lot of freedom when you're in a motorcycle club. You're going to ride when they tell you to ride, where they tell you to ride, who you're going to ride with. They're going to lay all that out to you. And not every club is that way, and I'm not throwing stones at clubs. And hey, look, if this is how you do it, that's fine. Whatever works for you guys. Just what's for me. Yeah. I want to ride when I want to ride, where I want to ride, who I want to ride with. I just want that freedom, and I don't want the constraints and the rules of a motorcycle club. So that's another factor. Number two, if you're familiar with the 1% motorcycle club world, those of you that know me personally know that I'm about the farthest thing from a 1%er that you're going to find. It's just not me. I'm just not. I just don't fit that mold of a 1%er. So joining a 1% club for me would be totally out of the question. Now there are riding clubs out there that I could join. There are some Christian motorcycle clubs that I've considered. There's some really good ones around that I have thought about because I am a Christian and I do ride, and I've considered that. And I think I could fit in with those guys. See, the thing with being in a 1% club, that's a whole new level of dedication and commitment, and that's just something I'm not willing to do. It's a lot of people think they're bikers. You might be a biker, you might be a motorcycle rider, but you're not a 1%er. Everybody thinks they're a tough guy till they meet one, and everybody thinks they're a 1%er till they meet one. And I've met several, and they're awesome guys. I've ridden with some, and they're really cool guys, but I just wouldn't fit in that world. Another reason that I have not joined a motorcycle club, in where we live here in the Charlotte, North Carolina region, there are a ton of clubs, don't get me wrong. There are all kinds of clubs. There are, like I said, Christian clubs. We have a Dominant 1% club that's in the area. They have several support clubs. There are some sport bike clubs, which obviously I couldn't do. I've never ridden a sport bike in my life. So there are several options in the area. And I know guys that are in some of these clubs. I've talked with them, I met with them, I've ridden with them. I just haven't found one that really clicked with me. You know what I mean? That I felt totally comfortable in. That's why they have such a long process of joining a club. It's not like you said, hey, I'm in, I'm joining a club, I'm in. No, there's got to be a hang around period and a prospecting period. And that is so that you can say, yeah, you know what, this club is for me. I fit in and it fits me. I like these guys, I like their club, and they in turn like me and want me to be in their club. It's not something you can just do, oh, just I want to join a club, I'm joining this club. No, it doesn't work that way. You've got to hang around, you got to do your time, you got to earn your patch, and you got to make sure it's a fit. And I just haven't found any, that really just clicked with me. Again, a lot of cool guys that I've met, that I've ridden with, that I consider my friends that are in clubs, but I just haven't really clicked with the club. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you in a club? Have you been in one and now you're not? Or would you like to get in a club? Don't worry about trying to start a club. I'm sure there's a ton in your area. There's way too many, guys that want to start their own thing, and just let me comment down below. Let me know. If you've been asked to hang around, or what your experience with clubs has been. I'd be interested to hear. Anyway, that's all I've got this week. I want to thank you all for coming along for the ride. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next week.